Good evening. Hi, I'm Tony Mitchell. I've been couponing for more than 30 years, and my mom taught me how to. And I use those techniques with my business and been married for 4 years to a wonderful man. And I have four girls from 28 to 20, and I sell on multiple platforms.
All right, Kelly, I'm a nurse. I've been couponing for 20 years, but I grew up watching my parents coupon and all the price matching and looking at ads and everything. I grew up with that. I'm also have four children. I have three boys and a girl, and I also sell on multiple platforms. And I like to use these apps as a different way to save up for Christmas and stuff.
Definitely, I feel the same way. And we are concluding our series on couponing for mass Part B. And we had one vision in mind, but it ended up being another vision, but it's still a good vision. It just kind of, what do you think, Kelly?
Yeah, but sometimes the path takes us where it needs to go.
We're almost at 10,000, 5.5 months in 2 stores. So that's kind of impressive. We're almost at $100 just in cash, just by taking advantage of these mobile rebate apps and other things that we do. Our objectives for you guys are to introduce the learners to different apps and to show ways to capitalize on different apps to increase cash flow. And you'll discover why it's important to have these apps on your phone. And you'll be able to start using this immediately. I mean, like as soon as if you finish with us and then you're like, oh, I'm going to try this. Well, you can do it and it will work for you. The only reason I put the slide in is rebates versus coupons is because coupons, we've talked about those, and coupons to get you to buy something, whereas a rebate incentive after you purchase something rather than during it. And rebates usually given in a check or gift card. We've gone more digital, and the internet has helped a lot with that. You can even you can submit your stuff online. It still takes a little bit of time for you to get it, but I just figured we probably need to talk about that for 2 seconds. So it rewards and loan, and that's kind of where we ended up. Every business almost shows their love in different ways. Airline credit cards in your bank account, hotels, you get points for free rooms. Cars do the same thing. Rewards toward, I put free days, but it should be free rental days. That's what I meant. And then restaurants, I'm telling you, I just listed a few. Chick-fil-A, Whataburger gives you free stuff, and Dunkin' Donuts gives you free drinks. Starbucks, especially if you play little games. More of a Starbucks, because there's one right by where I work, and half the time I'm too lazy to pack my lunch, or I'm, trying to fight traffic. So I'll go get those protein boxes. And so they changed their loyalty program. Krispy Kreme, I swear, every time I'm in there, I usually have a coupon and get credit for, buying dozens of donuts, which, especially since I teach high school, that's important because they like, especially toward the school year. But I mean, these are just a few. I mean, almost every fast food restaurant or mid-range restaurant has a loyalty program that gives you free stuff.
So main thing you got to figure out is what's important to you. What's your priority? Do you need to put money back in your business? As far as for products or for supplies to help your business grow, or do you need air miles to travel? Because there's all these different events that you may want to check out, or you may want to source somewhere else, or you just need to figure out what's important to you. Do you need credit card points to get you gift cards or money back toward that credit card? Do you need hotel points? What do you need? Because you need to figure out what is your priority. Because in different times and different stages in your business and in your life, things are going to be different. Because I know mine have changed over the last 10 years. So, but you need to figure that out first. So I just want to tell you that if travel is your priority, because a lot of us need to travel for different reasons, whether it be sourcing, whether it be some sort of event, some sort of training you may want to attend, that kind of thing. Every airline, almost all of them have a mile loyalty program, and each one has its own mile. And what I mean by that is, and I've put links here for American, Delta, Southwest, Alaska Air, and JetBlue. And what that means is if you have a frequent flyer number or whatever each program calls it, you can go to their little mall that goes with it. You can register, and as you can shop through that mall to get more airline points. And for example, if you have a child who travels maybe once every year or every 2 years, this is one way to keep your child's points activated as well. So there's all these different ways to get that. It works very similar to, you've heard us talk about Ebates or Rakuten, that new commercial, Rakuten, I can never say it right. That Rakuten, that's it. Kelly would get the money, I would not, but you know, she'd be getting the money, and I would just be going, I'm so sad. Anyway, but that works just the same way, except you get mileage points toward travel versus cash, and it really depends on what's important to you. This is an example of the American Airlines Advantage program. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you are pretty much your two travel options. I mean, there's a few Delta flights out of here. There's a JetBlue flight or two, but for most nonstops, you're either going to have to go on Southwest or American. And if you fly to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, it is pretty much American. If you fly out of Love, it is pretty much Southwest. So, but you can sign up through that program and shop through their mile program. Southwest has the same thing. In addition to these rapid rewards bar shopping, they also have them there for if you register a credit card. It could be, or a debit card. You also can get miles for eating at different restaurants. You can do that to earn more points. And the reason why I bring this to your attention, it should be all about business, but when my husband and I started dating back in 2011, we lived 802 air miles from each other. And the reason why I know it's 802 is because I knew exactly how many miles I earned every time I flew one way from Dallas to Chicago or O'Hare. So we had to figure out if, you know, we had to see each other more, we had to figure out ways to get discounts on flights. And I did discover there's more than one way to get air miles. You can get them through electrical providers, cell providers, car rentals, and hotel partners. Now, I will tell you, until we got married and moved to the house we live in now, I was changing electric companies every year. And the only reason I don't now is because I have to be on a certain rural electric company here where I live, or I would be changing every year and getting my 15,000 miles plus 500 a month. So, and right here, and I pointed out it's also good for keeping your mileage accounts current if you don't travel that much. You know, those couple of years, we were flying to see each other about every 3 weeks. And that's, you know, sometimes we had free flights, sometimes we didn't. It's amazing how many times we found different ways to get somewhere cheap. But just wanted to remind you about some of these other ways that may not be exactly for your inventory, but it's other ways to cut costs that you can put dollars towards your inventory. And this is something I just wanted to point out. Last year, my husband and I had a really good friend who was diagnosed with late-stage brain cancer. He was diagnosed with stage 4 in April of 2018. He passed away in January. Received a call from his wife saying that he could die that week, and that was in August. And my husband looked at me and goes, I need to go see him. I said, I agree, you need to. And a round trip to Chicago was $800, and that was 1 day's notice. And I looked, and I had 40,000 miles, which a lot of it was through shopping through sites and stuff. And we saved almost $720 because I just said, okay, you need to take my points, and that's, you know, better for our household income. And at the same time, I was thinking to myself, that's $720 that I could put toward product, $720 I could put toward office supplies. So we think about $720 is a lot of money. It's some people's mortgage payments. That can buy you a lot of Q4 inventory. And so that's the reason, you know, so it allows you to do those kind of things. So you can stack offers on these deals too. So another way you can use rebates and rewards to increase your dollars is to recycle ink at the chain office supply stores at Office Max or Office Depot and or Staples. And you can bring in up to 10 empty cartridges a month. And as long as you purchased ink in the last 6 months, you'll get $20 per month to use at the end of the quarter. And you're like, okay, that's a lot of things to remember. So just remember that every time you have an empty ink cartridge, to take it up there. And they have for teachers, it's a teacher reward program, and for everybody else, it's another reward program, but they are the same. They used to be different, but now they're the same. And you log in at the end of the quarter, it'll show you how many dollars you have. I logged in this morning, and to my surprise, I had almost $21. And I said, woo, because I needed some ink anyway. So that's great, but how does it impact your business? Well, you can use the rewards for almost anything in the store with the exception of gift cards. So you can either purchase more supplies or some items to sell because it is back to school time, and they are already discounting the spirals, the rulers, those kind of things. Office, when I looked today, I went on ahead and got my 6 spirals and a couple of crayons and that kind of thing to, if I want to bundle or do some other things like that for Q4 and back to school. So that's one strategy you can use. So let's look at what I did. I stacked this offer yesterday, and if you look, this is what I did. I went to Rakuten. Did I say that right, Kelly?
Yeah, Rakuten, like a raccoon.
Yeah. Yeah, like a raccoon. Okay, and I should know that because that's the school that I teach at. The mascot is a raccoon, the only one in the nation. So, okay, I remember that now. And I signed into my account, and Kelly and I've preached Ebates for the last 3 weeks, and it's just another way. You're leaving money on the table if you don't go there. I went directly to the Office Depot link, and where I was going to get 2.5% off everything I purchased. Then after I was directed to Office Depot, there was a 20% off of everything, almost everything, except for like computers. And then I redeemed my rewards. So for turning in ink, and I did purchase a few back to school items. I couldn't get the whole thing because it was a 2-page long receipt. I saved $44.56 with recycling ink and a coupon. But if you look at this, you will see that my subtotal was $132, and then it says miscellaneous discount, which was $23.89, and that's what I saved for purchasing 1 pack of Brother ink, 1 pack, of color and black and white, and I bought some labels. And then I went on ahead and threw in. I didn't get the discount on their loss leaders, which are things that get you to buy, such as the notebooks, which are $1 each, or the index cards. That's one thing that you should go ahead and stock up on, because index cards, the only time they are cheap is back to school. The rest of the year, they are like $3 or $4 a pack, and kids are always looking for them, especially in February, because that's usually a time that English teachers assign major, the research paper, and they have to do note cards still. So anyway, then I'm getting a 2.5% cash rebate from Rakuten, which is $244. My link is at the end of the presentation. Kelly can give you her link too. But the bottom line is that just by doing that, I saved $44. And even if I didn't have my gift reward and I didn't go in recycling, I would still save 20%. And 20%, $23, that's a good meal for somebody at Taco Bell or Chick-fil-A or whatever. So, that's money that you are taking back, and you're able to put it in a different area, whether it be for inventory, whether it be for shipping supplies, especially if you are selling on other platforms besides Amazon. So there's all sorts of things that you can do with that money, because when you have extra money, that's always a good thing. I personally think that. So anyway, I like passive income too. And I mentioned last week about Kroger coming up with this new way to get money rather than using eCom coupons. And I put the link in there so you can look at it, but it works the same as Ibotta, and it appears the same as Ibotta. And after you redeem $20 worth of offers, you can either cash out via PayPal, or if you want the Kroger gift card, you can cash out whenever you want to. So it's appears to be available for all Kroger company stores. So if you click on this link, I went to the website and made a tiny URL, but if you want to search Kroger cashback on Google, you'll find that. It's for Fry's. It's for anything under the Kroger company. And the signature stores have toys. And so you not want to think about Q4 with that. I usually, every time I'm in Kroger, I always kind of search the toy aisles to see what's up and see if anything's gone on sale. But that's kind of cool, especially if you want to get gift cards and want to use them for groceries, or if you want to use them for products. They have clothing, if some of you are into selling specific types of clothing, especially children's clothing. They have appliances there, and especially when they put them on sale, they have, of course, toys, which, toys Q4 coming up, and I'm telling you, you definitely want to be able to sell toys, and you need to get some in now if you haven't already, because Amazon does look to see if you've been performing with toys in the previous quarter. So you want to make sure you've done that. So you get money from your debit card, or at least I know Chase has. They've got this thing called Chase Offers, and I saw this about 3 months ago, and it requires you to log into your check, on your bank account or on your app, and put them back to your specific account. It's on every account that you have a debit card. So on if you logged in under my bank, my mother's checking account is there for where she gets her veterans widow's pension, but she doesn't have a debit card, so she's not eligible for that. I have a debit card. I have 2 credit cards with them, and then my daughter has a college account, and all 4 of those accounts are eligible. And so I'm going to show you an example of what it looks like on the desktop, because you can access it through your desktop or you can access it through your app, whichever you prefer. So right here, this is one of, there it is right here. Sometimes they have offers I like, a lot of times they don't, but, I've earned about $5, and that's just because I linked them here. You got Google Express, Proactive, A&W, got Sharon here, Mellow Mushroom. They have restaurants, they have different gyms, they've had Starbucks on different ones, and so I'll, buy a Starbucks gift card, put it on my phone app so I can get stars or whatever, and then also get money back for buying it. So not a whole lot, but $5 is $5. Okay, I'm not going to turn it away. So if I found $5 in the street, I would not leave it there. I don't know about you, but I would pick it up and say thank you. So anyway, that's just another way that that banks are trying to help, trying to get you to get their business. Again, they're showing their love because they're giving you a little bit of money back. And you can do this on every account that you, at least at Chase. I don't know about any of the other.
Wells Fargo here, and Wells Fargo has a program too.
Oh, they do it now too? I was going to ask my doctor, does it work the same way? Tell us about it.
I'm not quite sure. All I know is I've made money with, I don't really know about it. All I know is there's a program that you earn money back on with the Wells Fargo card. So I'm like, okay.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Because I bought a book one time recently on Kindle, and all of a sudden I saw a couple of dollars back in my account. And I said, how'd that happen? And I saw that I had checked Kindle. I was like, whoa, okay. So anytime I see them, it's just like any, like on my different apps, I put everything I can get on there. So it's just what I do. So it's just, I don't want to leave any money anywhere. So my husband, actually, we're going to go to Wisconsin next month, and he was about to book his Airbnb, and I said, hey, wait a minute, have you loaded those Chase Offers on your card? And he said, what are you talking about? And so I made him log in, and I showed him where they were, and so he put it in there, and then he got $24 back on our booking just because I told him to put the offer on his card. And he literally would have left that money. What now?
That's a tank of gas right there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's tank of gas to go sourcing. That is, especially if you find some of these deals they've been having at Walmart lately. I mean, that could be some of these things. It could be 4, 5, 6 items. I mean, $24 is, not something to sneeze at. So that literally, gave us money back to put towards something else. I mean, that's how we operate around here. We try to find money everywhere we can. So, hey, Kelly, why don't you talk about this for a bit? Because this is.
All right. Okay, this is my thing. Earning from receipts. Because you go to the grocery store and you get the receipts and don't throw them away yet. You want to go home?
Amen.
There's lovely apps out there that we can use. We already talked about Ibotta. One nice thing about Ibotta, you can connect your Kroger card to your Ibotta, so it automatically, you don't have to worry about taking pictures of receipts. It automatically comes off, even if you do click list where you go and pick up the groceries from Kroger. Connect your card to Ibotta and it just automatically comes off. Receipt Hog and Fetch Rewards. There's also other things like Ibotta card. There's one, Checkout 51, which helps you save off of groceries too, which you got to take it, it'll say you got to connect you'll go on to the app and click the deals you want, and then you got to take a picture of the receipt and your money back, and you could, have that sent to your PayPal account or turn into a gift card, whichever you choose. And then there's Receipt Hog. Receipt Hog, I've taken pictures of gas station receipts. I've done fast food receipts, grocery stores, CVS, any receipts, and you earn points. And then they have like a little slot machine, and if you can, they have like one person that will win whatever, how many points their total was for the day. So if they bought $300 worth of groceries, then they win $300 worth of points. And, it's also, and then you could turn these points. You can either have it go directly to PayPal, or you can have it go to an Amazon gift card or a Master or Visa card. So that's, money right there just from a receipt. You don't have to buy certain things. It's just from the receipt. Now, Fetch Rewards, it's from groceries. They have certain things on their thing, and, you'll be like, Huggies diapers or Huggies wipes earn 500 points for, buying them. And you take a picture of a receipt and you upload it. It takes 2 seconds. I mean, put the receipt on paper, boom, boom, on the table, take a picture on it in the app and load it up. And a minute later, you're like, we got your receipt, and you earned this many points, and then you can turn them in. They have a ton of different places you can get gift cards from. Everything from, restaurants, Macy's. It was just I couldn't believe the pages of different places you can get gift cards from, and you can hold on to your points and get like a $50 gift card. And you think about that $50 Walmart gift card at Christmas time, that's going to save you. I mean, me and my husband, we do not want to use credit cards at Christmas time. We do not use credit cards during Christmas time. We don't want to end up in debt for Christmas. So I try to save up my points and stuff for the holidays. I saved up points and stuff for back to school shopping. I didn't want to have to go in debt to buy new clothes for my kids, or all of their, when you have 4 kids going back to school and you have to buy all those supplies, it adds up. So
yes, it does.
So I would save up points to save up, and to save up for gift cards before back to school, so that it made it a little easier on us. That, because if you're living paycheck to paycheck, or it's tight, and then you get a list of 50 items you got to buy your kid to go back to school, you got to figure out where this money's going to come from. And that's what I would do. I would, save up for back to school and then save up for Christmas. So, they also have movie tickets, or you can just have it go into your PayPal account with like Receipt Hog. And then I can go to Receipt Hog, use that receipt, and go to Fetch Rewards, boom, use that receipt and get the, double points there, they don't care. There's nothing,
it's great.
There's nothing saying I can't go to all the different rewards and scan this receipt in and get as much as I can from this one receipt. And then Fetch Reward also has a single care card on it for you. If you don't have a good prescription plan with your insurance, it's not prescription insurance, it's like a discount plan where you can save up to 80%. You just show the card thing. There's a picture of a card that comes up in the app, and the pharmacist can, use that number and everything to see if she can give you a discount on your prescription medicines. So
that's great. Yeah, 'cause I know there's a medication I take, and when I was on the insurance I was on before Chris and I got married, it was pretty expensive monthly, and I I didn't use this one, but I found a coupon, and let me tell you what, it made it palatable. I didn't do 90 days. I think the doctor got frustrated with me, but I didn't care because it was still cheaper for me to do it that way. But those are some great. I'm going to try Fetch Rewards as soon as we finish this call. I'm going to download that sucker. So, but yeah, there's all sorts of these great ideas. And there's a couple here. Additionally, swag bucks. Do you do swag bucks anymore, Kelly? Because I don't, but I put it on here.
I'd get my first thing in the morning, go and get my swag books done on my computer, and I'd save those up, and then I'd get me my JCPenney's gift card, and then I'd go to the store with a JCPenney's coupon and go to the clearance section and get a
Anyway, there's another one. Kellogg's Family Rewards is another one that just if your kids like Kellogg cereal, Tony the Tiger, or if they like Pop-Tarts, or they like cereal bars or Special K and things like that, it just gives you different deals, and they give you coupons, free coupons, and you can upload your receipts and you earn points. And for every 7,500 points, which doesn't take really long because there's usually free codes that they send you for 100 points here and there. For American Eagle and Lowe's, those are the two I can think of. There's a few other stores, pretty limited, but it's kind of cool. Just I know that I saved mine up for a while, and I had like $15 of American Eagle gift cards that I used toward one of my daughter's Christmas presents a couple years ago. So I mean, I'm not as good at this as I should be, but I do. When I get on target with it, I get on target with it. And I mean, the cool thing about it is they also send you codes every once in a while for Shutterfly for free photo things like mugs, or they send you $25 in store credit, which that's kind of nice. And then Kelly talked about Checkout 51, and there's another one that really is kind of the granddaddy of the apps, which is Saving Star, but they work with Ibotta with you having to submit your receipt when you buy certain items, but Saving Star can link with your loyalty cards. Like that's the one place. Somebody asked me for my CVS card. I have no idea what the number is. In fact, I had to go look on Saving Star to actually find the number because I have no idea what it is, because that sucker is gone. And if I had to actually show the card, I'd be dead, because my life depended on it. I wouldn't have it. So I'm so glad they let us use our phone numbers now on those things, because I seriously don't even know what my numbers are. It's so sad. But anyway, but just put it all together, because that's the thing. We've thrown all this stuff at you, and I know it's a lot, and I know that, for both Kelly and me, it's almost as natural as breathing, because we're like, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this, and we're just, she and I are keeping up. We talk to each other, but the rest of you may be going, wait, slow down. What was that? A coupon? What's that? So we're going to show you just a few things of how to put it together, just to remind you that it's, again, as we told you at the beginning, this is not to make you one of those crazy women or crazy men on TV. This isn't, this is just for you to get started, and you do it your way, because everybody has their own way of doing this, whether it be, having the huge binder, whether it be having a little recipe thing. However, you've got to do what works for you, because if you don't do what works for you, you're not going to do it. And the only way that you will save money by utilizing these strategies is actually doing it, whether it be online, whether it be through a loyalty site or a loyalty program, whatever it is, you have got to do it. Because if you don't do it, then, what's the point? So that's the whole thing here. So you got to figure out what's important to you, your family, and your business model, and then use what works. And that's just kind of what I've been preaching, You can throw an amen in there if you want to, but you got your, if you're looking for money, if you're looking for, if you're looking for airline points, if you're looking for, for your shopping, if you're looking for, credit card rewards, like Chase has them, Wells Fargo has them. Almost every credit card almost every one of them has some sort of gimmick for you to stay using them, because that's one way banks earn a lot of revenue, is for them to make sure that you're using your credit cards. So just reviewing a couple of the strategies from the past 2 weeks as far as retail stack. And we talked about how when you're in a store, if you go to like a Walgreens and you use the balance reward points, which are money basically, and you use a coupon on the product and you use a store coupon, just stacking the coupons that are legitimate on that item to get it for the, the lowest price possible. And, if you're in a store, and we talked about finding a coupon code, go into those different websites we mentioned, such as Coupon Mom and some of the others, just get on there and find them, or Retail Me Not, Deals Plus. There's just some of those, and then just using them. And then I will tell you, for me, the hardest thing was to open my mouth and say, hey, I got a coupon code. And once I did it the first time and saw I saved some money, I was like, okay, why was I keeping my mouth shut? Now, if you have a child with you, or, a teenager, they may look at you and roll their eyes and just say, Mom, oh my God, or Dad, embarrassing me. But then when they find out they get something because you did that, then they're not nearly as embarrassed. And it's really funny when you find out later on, especially with my oldest. She's 28 now. She will use my strategies all day long. She's like, okay, you have a coupon for that, Mom? Where can I find a coupon for that? And then she called me one day, she says, hey, you'd be so proud of me because I used this coupon and that coupon. And I was, the fact is I wasn't with her, didn't suggest it to her. She just did it on her own. I was very proud of her, the fact that some of these things, because she was embarrassed, she never wanted to go to the grocery store with me or anything else, but she has learned some of these things because she sees now how important it is to for her bottom line. So, but okay, what if, we got the okay, Tony and Kelly and Tony, it's wonderful. What if the programs change? Well, it depends. Your mileage may vary. And what's the worst thing I can tell you? Kelly, what's the worst thing somebody can say to you if you try something?
Sorry, can't do that.
Yep, sorry, summer. Worst thing they can tell you is no. And if you can just, they can't beat you up. Well, they might try to, another one. But, they don't have a dungeon to put you in or anything else. The worst thing they can tell you is no. So, and that's literally the worst thing they can do. So just remember that. They're not going to, they may give you the stink eye, but that's just, that's part of dealing with retail people. They have bad days too. So we just put some referral links here. Go ahead, what?
One of the things we kind of forgot to mention was eBay Bucks. eBay has their own, kind of rebate thing. And,
okay, tell us about it.
Sometimes they'll offer earn 8% back if you do eBay Bucks, and then about once a quarter they'll give you, okay, here's all the money you've earned from eBay Bucks. And if you I order my shipping supplies, I order my FBA labels, I order my shipping labels, so much stuff I order off of eBay. I order my toner from my laser printer, and that adds up. And sometimes if you wait for them to have an 8% back day, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna order my stuff now because I'm gonna get 8% back plus the eBay percent back. So
that's a great idea. Yeah.
I love it's called eBay Bucks. You just have to Google it and then sign up for it. And then after, then you get money back, and you get hey, you get $5 back because you spent so much, during the last quarter. And so you're like, that's $5, but that's $5 I can save on shipping supplies, which saves my business,
For the links here, as far as checkout 51, Kellogg's, Ibotta, eBay, Receipt Hog, Fetch Rewards. I'm gonna write your number down, Kelly, because I'm gonna get on that sucker here in a few minutes. I put achievement on here, and that's just one I do. I signed up for it. I'm embarrassed to say about 3 or 4 years ago. I'm embarrassed because it used to be a waiting line, and it's if you work out and you get a certain number of points, and if you have a Fitbit or you have some sort, you can link all these different, your My Fitness Plus, which is basically a digital food diary, or you can link all these things to it, and they assign you certain points for doing these things, and I never know what they are. And I'm embarrassed to say that for 2 or 3 years I hadn't even hit 10,000, and I work out every morning, or almost every morning, at least 3 to 4 days a week at 5 a.m. And so as I've started doing that, my point total has doubled. But once you get to 50,000, they give you $50. And when I signed up for it, I thought, oh, yay, I'll get that. And it does take time. And I mean, some people who are much more diligent than I am, they earn it fairly quickly. And there's some other, if you're into health and fitness and you want to get paid for it and put that money towards your business or something for you or whatever, that's just one of the many. I hope that Kelly and I have done a good job with showing you some different ways to put money back in your pocket, stacking your coupons, using referral sites, thinking about ways to source and get organized will help you on your profitability and your profit margins. Kelly gave you some great things, especially with that fetch of how she gets different, gift cards and uses them at, gets them for different stores. And, you could use that for getting inventory for Q4. There's just all sorts of things that I learned just from collaborating with Kelly on this, because she's got some game on this that I never even thought about. Start being strategic and using this to get, items for pennies on the dollar. I mean, if you can stack coupons and sales, you should be able to get some real traction to where you start really showing some profits, because you don't get in here you're not starting a business to do it for free and for charity. You're doing it because you want a better life for you and your family, whether it be to help with expenses in different sports, whether it to be help with therapy for your child, whether it be to retire early, whether it be to help pay off some student loans, whatever your reason and whatever your why is. I hope this knowledge that we've put together for you over the last couple of weeks will help you get some traction to where you see some results a little bit quicker. Because all of us trainers here at eCom Sellers Academy, we really collaborate and work hard together, because again, we realize that you want to be successful and we want you to be successful. We want to help you be successful. Again, eCom Sellers Mastermind, we do free Facebook group support. If you haven't joined, please join, because there's so many things that you will learn on there. Kelly's got some tips about every day. And I mean, there was one, what was that tip? Was it yesterday or today? Was it your Tuesday tip? What was that one?
That today was about just don't worry about the seasons, list stuff whenever I've sold Halloween stuff in December. I've sold St. Patrick's stuff days in January. I've sold Christmas in July. It sells year round. Sometimes it's not good. And if you're the only one who's offering it, you get more money for it. It's not like Christmas where you're trying to fight everyone else for the same thing.
That's the truth, because I mean, this week alone, those Juju Brock's hearts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? That chewy candy. I bought that, and I've heard Kelly preach that. I've heard Nicole preach that. I've heard a lot of our trainers preach that, and I thought, okay, I'll put it up. And I even sent it in because I only had 2 or 3, and y'all'd cry if you knew how cheap I got this. But I sold one this week for $14. One bag of that. Isn't that crazy?
People want
and
that
off
season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just, they may have a wedding that wants hearts, or there's just all sorts of things. You never know what people have on their minds when they buy stuff off season. But I mean, I sold wrapping paper this week, or was it last week? So I mean, as she said, you don't know, but if you're the only one that has it, that's even better. Or if you've bought it off season and you're the first one to get it in, because if you're thinking 2 to 3 months ahead of time, because most of the stores right now are starting to clearance their summer stuff, because they're trying to make room by right after 4th of July to start their back to school, which makes a lot of parents happy. It does not make this one happy, but it makes y'all happy. So, because that means as a teacher, it's time for us to go back. They'll be putting that out there, and by the time back to school has gone back, they'll have Halloween out. I mean, and then they don't even do much for Thanksgiving anymore. It's Christmas. I mean, just have to think like a retail establishment does. You've got to have the product out there so people can see it. And if you get with these trainers here with eCom Sellers Mastermind, we give you some great, support here. And then, of course, if you really want some really great training from us, join our eCom Sellers Academy, because we've got all sorts of great training. we've just finished this series. We're going to be doing a retail arbitrage series next. If you're kind of frustrated because it seems like everything you're scanning is gated, and that means that Amazon says you can't sell it. And so, we suggest, go to a different platform or try this or try that. It's not, let's hide all this away from you and you figure it out. That's the thing. We are, as we've said many times, we're a family. We want to help you. We want to help you be successful. And this community of men and women, these trainers, are just magnificent. I haven't used that word in a while, but they really are. I mean, days when I'm down, they're just saying, "Hey, Tony, you're awesome." And, days when other people are down, I'm like, "Hey, thank you so much." A lot of times it's just "Hey, so-and-so, thank you for sharing that with me," or whatever. That's the thing. We all like to collaborate and work together. So we hope you'll join us. And you have anything else you want to add, Kelly?
I just want to add kind of a secret super stacking tip that I was reminded of just a minute ago. Don't forget, you can go online and buy discounted gift cards.
Oh, yeah, you can on eBay, can't you?
You can go on Gift Card Granny, and there's other sites where you can go and buy discounted gift cards and then use those with all the other tips that we have taught you to save even more.
That's a great tip. That's a great tip, is to, buy those things at a discount, because, again, if you're paying $40 for $50 gift card, well, you've already saved 10. So, and then you go through all those other ways. If you do Ebates or whichever thing you do, that's just that much more money back in your pocket. So anyway, thank you again, Kelly. That's a great tip. Thank you so much for sharing that, because I'm going to have to do that. I haven't seen Granny. I'm going to have to go find Gift Card Granny. Have to go see her and see what's up with her. So, but anyway.
Gotta go visit my Granny.
Yep, exactly. Go see her. Go see her and see what's up. So, Nicole, you there?
I am here. I just want to
thank
back
to you.
Oh, well, thank you. I think the two of you were awesome. I know we had a little bit of sound challenges at the beginning. I know Tony was sharing some great information, so we'll try and work through the editing of this video. It's probably going to take a little more than 48 hours to get it up, but we will get this video up. And we thank Tony so much for all the time and energy investment that she put in this. And we thank Kelly for all of her contributions and all the time that she's put in it as well. We know that both of their times are valuable, and we do appreciate both of you. You're amazing trainers, and Tony, just thank you again for stepping out there and sharing all of your tips and strategies. And we look forward to the next training series that you'll be contributing to. And we know that Kelly has some amazing training series that she'll be leading up. So I love all of the leaders at the eCom Sellers Academy. I really do. So we hope that you'll come back next week. You're starting Shopping for Profit. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. And we do have the Q4 Summit coming up as well. That's going to be amazing. We may do a special surprise for all of our Academy members so that way we do something you're not expecting. So we might do something for you guys. All right. Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Nicole. You have a great evening. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.